What's up, Bravo Nation? Happy Saturday. I hope your Friday night was wonderful, whether it was partying, going crazy, watching Netflix in your undies while eating a bowl of cereal. Whatever your Friday night looked like, I hope it was wonderful. I hope you got lots of rest and you're ready to sell 1 million phones today. So anywho, what is this video about, Zach? Great question. Sorry, my nose itches. The answer to that question is handset protection. Well, you've made a video about that, Zach. Absolutely I have. So I'm not going to go over a bunch of why it's so important, but I am going to go over the proper way to add it to Elevate when you're selling it to a customer. That way you're commissioned on it. What? You're commissioned on handset protection? Absolutely you are. If you're adding handset protection to a new customer, whether that be port in, new, add a line, as long as it's a new customer, you're going to get that $7 added to your accessory total. So that $7 can really add up. If you think of, let's say you do 10 handset protections for new customers in 1 week, that's an extra $70 that gets added to your accessories. That $70 can take you from one tier to the next, which can ultimately add up to at least $75 as you jump to another tier. So that's crazy, guys. An extra $75 can be achieved or more by just offering handset protection. But if you're not adding it properly to your receipt and Elevate, you're not going to get commission on it. So that's what this video is really about. Okay, so if you get the customer, or let's say let's be more positive, when you get the customer to commit to handset protection, you need to put it on to Elevate. You're going to do everything exactly the same. You're going to go through the same sales process as going to the sales portal, activating, integrating it, going to ePay, doing all that. Include that $7 even in the sales quote. All of that stuff stays the same. But what you're going to do once everything's finalized and you're on the last part of the receipt and you're about to click, apply discounts and checkout, before you click that little button, you're going to go to where it says enter in UPC and all that good stuff. You're going to click there and you are going to type in HP new if it's handset protection new, or if it's not, you're going to put HP existing. I know you guys haven't been putting existing because I didn't tell you to do it, or no one has until this point, so make sure you're doing it from this point forward. And that is only if a customer is upgrading and they didn't have insurance prior to that. So that's when you'd add it. If they already had insurance, you don't put handset protection existing. And then again, if they're a new customer, then you're going to add HP new. When you add the HP existing, it doesn't charge anything, so you're done. You don't have to worry about that. You just process everything as usual. But if it's handset protection new, when you type that in, it's going to charge you $7. Now you're going to change the quantity if you have multiple lines that have insurance. But after you figure out how many lines that you have with the insurance, then you make sure the quantity is correct, and it's going to add $7 per line. So you're going to look at it and be like, oh, it's overcharging the customer. Well, once you hit apply discounts and check out, you're going to see a coupon that gives you $7 off the RTR. You are going to use that for however many insurances the customer added. You can do up to 5 because again, you can get 5 lines on one family plan. You can't go over that, but make sure you don't give extra coupons in scenarios where it's not necessary. So if a customer is only getting 1 handset protection new, you're only using 1 coupon. If they're getting 2, if they're getting 3, you know how it goes, guys. So that's all this video is really going over, is just that. Just make sure that you guys are doing that properly. Make sure you're mentioning to the customer. And one last thing, I always like to add to it. Would you like to add handset protection? It covers lost, stolen, broken, water damage, anger issues. That last little part, anger issues, they always chuckle, and I like to say, okay, that means you have anger issues. Let's go ahead and get you signed up for that today. A lot of people will just go with it. Another way that Josh mentioned, which is genius, he asked the customer, if anything happens to your phone, what would you like us to do for you? And they'd say, well, I hope you'd help us out and get us a new phone. People will say answers like that, or whatever they say is going to be something along those lines. I can promise you that. And from there, you say, okay, well, that means you want our handset protection, which is going to cover if any of that stuff happens to you. Lost, stolen, broken, water damage, all that good stuff. And you go forward with it. Just assume that the customer wants it and let them tell you otherwise. It's that simple, guys. Make sure you do it right. Please make sure you do it right. You are cheating yourself out of money if you're not adding it to Elevate properly. I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Let's sell 1 million phones. Let's go!